Hello, my name is Max. Now let's imagine that we need to create an I-beam, but we have never opened SolidWorks before. So let's begin. Start SolidWorks, it will suggest three types of new document. Go with part. Initially, on the first start, SolidWorks will also suggest you to choose the drafting standard and units. Choose anything, I'll still show how to change them because I, for example, use custom units. So navigate to the lower right corner, then edit document units, and you can make them here as you wish. The drafting standard is the first in this menu. For the future notice, if you will have any issues finding tabs or instruments in the places I referred to, you can find all of them in one place. Navigate to the SolidWorks logo, then you can find all the necessary instruments in the tabs above. So we were given big blank screen and scary interface on top. Don't be afraid, right now you will not need most of it. But before modeling, here is my I-beam specifications. To start drawing, go to your design tree on the left and with the left mouse button, choose the starting plane. I recommend front as it's the most useful for me. Then press sketch. You'll know that you are ready to draw as first as you'll see your origin point turned red. I recommend to draw everything specifically from origin point as it will be easier to change positions of some entities later. To move around the screen, hold Ctrl and drag with the middle mouse button. And if you will use just the middle mouse button, you will spin the whole model, so be careful. Now go to Basic Modeling Tools tab again, then press Line. With the right mouse button you can create a point between two of which the line will appear. To stop drawing, simply press Escape button, and to delete anything, select it and press Delete on your keyboard. You can also change line properties from the Property Manager menu on the left. In some instances, it's easier to make the lines infinite and later cut off extra parts. As you might have already spotted that at this point I've been almost completely ignoring my own specifications. That is because you can correct them anytime by using Smart Dimension tool in Basic Modeling Tool tab again. Here it is. You can even set angles with this instrument. You can move different entities using the Move Entities tool from the Sketch tab. For better accuracy, I recommend moving along the axis. That's why we started from origin point. With Trim Entities tool from the Sketch tab, you can cut off extra parts, as I explained before. Just like this. Using these instruments, I've created a simple 1/4 of a model of an I-beam. It is actually an unnecessary step, as you can draw the whole beam at once. I'm doing so just to show the functionality of SolidWorks. Also, as you can see, my model turned gray on the inside. It means that this geometry is locked on itself as a solid object. Most of the I-beams have fillets. To make one, go to Basic Modeling Tools tab again, then press Fillet. Choose the lines between which you want to fillet to appear. Then press Enter. Repeat this to make as many fillets as you need. Finally, we are ready to complete the drawing. Go to the Sketch tab and press Mirror Entities. First things to choose is what we want to copy. You can click on each line separately like this. Drag select to the right will only select entities which were covered completely. As you can see, this one wasn't covered completely and it is not selected. And drag select to the left will select anything that was at least touched by it, like this. Leave a copy option if you want to have both the original thing and the mirrored one, and last, what to mirror about. For that specifically, I drew the left side line and the top line. Even though they seem unnecessary, still pick one and press Enter. Then repeat the process to have a full I-beam. You can of course delete these mirroring reference lines, but instead let's turn them into center lines from the line properties. The option is called for construction. They still make the whole geometry solid the same way as you delete these lines. Now let's imagine you were given new specifications right in the middle of your work, and now you need the same thing, but let's say 5 times bigger. Of course you can rebuild everything from scratch, but there is a better trick to do. Go to your design tree, right click equations, then choose manage equations. This instrument lets you basically assign ratios to the sizes of your lines. So for example, I want that if I change the thickness of the web, the beam height will also change pro rata. So firstly we a bit edit the sizes because they are partial. So here we input what we want to be changed. In my case, the height of the beam. And in the equation tab, we basically write the formula. In this case, 11 times 50 will be exactly 550. So if I would need any other height, I would simply multiply by another number. For example, let's say 60. You can see as the height changed, or 30. Same stuff. The only thing to remember is that for this whole thing to work, it needs at least one independent size that will be a reference to all other sizes. Now, we successfully made a simple drawing of an I-beam. To turn it into a three-dimensional object, go to Features tab, then click Extruded Boss Base. Then using the arrow thingy, drag to extrude your model, or simply input the desired length in properties on the left. We'll go with millimeters. Then press enter. Again. This is only a model, but we're ready actually. But SolidWorks is an instrument not only for modeling but also for testing. And for that, your model has to be made out of some material. To choose material for your model, go to your design tree again, right click material, then edit material, and right now I will use, let's say, gray cast iron. Well, congratulations, your I-beam is ready for its first stress test. We'll go with the simplest, pressure test. Go to Simulation tab, press New Study, choose Static, then press Enter. Okay, so new menu appeared on the left. From here, click Fixtures, then Fix Geometry, and choose what part of your model do you want to be fixed. In my case, I want all the left side to be fixed. Then press enter. Navigate to external loads, then choose pressure. Let's go with like 50 psi. Oh, don't forget to choose where do you want to apply the pressure, of course. Then press enter. One last thing is go to mesh, then create mesh, then simply drag select the whole model. It is needed to split one whole model into smaller parts for deformation purposes, and that's actually it. Right click the static option and click run. The SolidWorks will do some calculations. It depends on how powerful is your machine. Behold the miracle of the SolidWorks. So, in this tutorial, I hope we've covered the very basics of what you can do with SolidWorks. I really hope it will help someone. And one last thing before you move on to the next video is have a nice life.